All right, shalom, back with another video. Quick news and prophecy update. This article that I'm going into was in August 7th, so 2 days ago. The Spirit was on me to go into this, and it says, it's like before I get started, I'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. All right, so it's going into this article. It's an international article. It says Tehran preparing missiles capable of reaching U.S. Clerical says. Okay, so I'm gonna read some of this. It says a senior Iranian cleric said on Friday that the Islamic Republic was preparing to increase the range of its missiles to 15,000 kilometers to about 9,300 miles, which he said will allow them to reach deep into the United States. We are preparing ourselves that the American people also will see what it's like to be hit by missiles and understand what it means to be left in blood and destruction. Damn. Okay. Because according to prophecy, that is what's going to happen here in Babylon the Great, which is America in the scriptures, okay? And this is why, in Isaiah 47, right? Let's get there real quick. It says this. This is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Okay, that's talking about America. Dust means confusion. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay, why is that? Because just like what he said, right? It says we are preparing ourselves so that the American people also will see what it's like to be hit by missiles and understand what it means to be left in blood and destruction. Okay, America hasn't faced a proper or a loss, okay, like you see like a lot of these nations face, okay, of having to deal with bombs coming, hitting their towns and stuff like that. Okay, America never really faced stuff like that. It never really been penetrated like that, okay? But that's what's coming to this place, okay? And a lot of people don't understand, okay? This is what the prophets are telling you, okay? Starting with the elders and GMS, this is what they is telling us, that America is going to be destroyed by nuclear fire, okay? And, it's just the pride of America, and people don't want to believe in that, okay? Just because America is a great kingdom and it's surrounded by water, and they thinking that missiles can't touch this place, okay? So it says we are preparing ourselves that the American people also will see what it's like to be hit by missiles and understand what it means to be left in blood and destruction. Abdul Nabi, the Friday prayer leader in the southwestern city of Avaz, said Iran's missiles could reach deep into Jerusalem and around 2,000 kilometers, 1,240 miles away, leading chance of revenge. He expressed hope that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be destroyed by Iranian forces, right? Because America and Israel, okay, where the tiny hats are, the Holy Land is going to be destroyed. Okay, the only thing about it is, difference is that the Holy Land is going to be rebuilt, okay, and America is going to be desolate. Okay, Isaiah 34 goes into that, Revelations 18, and some more scriptures go into it being not inhabited anymore. Okay, where desert creatures is going to be dwelling there. All right, so this is a prophecy, man, because that's what's going to happen. Okay, and let's get a precept real quick. Let's get Obadiah 1-7. We'll start at 1. It says, this Obadiah 1 verse 1. Okay, because Esau, okay, if you go to second Esdras 6 verse, I think it's second Esdras, let me get that real quick. I don't know which, second Esdras 6 verse 9. This is second Esdras 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Okay, so Esau is the Edomites, which is the so-called white man today, starting with these elites that's in rulership. Okay, it's running this world, right? And Jacob is the beginner that follow. All right, Esau in America, Esau in Babylon, all tied together. Okay, Esau runs Babylon. Okay, this is his empire. All right. So it says the vision. Okay, this says the vision of Obadiah. Thus say the Lord power concerning Edom. Okay, you Edomites. We had heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador is sent. Okay, a messenger. Okay, is sent among the heathen. And it says, arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. Okay, so that call has been issued out. Okay, the nations are being gathered. Okay, and Esau's judgment is about to begin. It's already beginning. Okay, with the economy collapsing, with these plagues that's being sent. Okay, so, and the ultimate judgment is Babylon being destroyed by nuclear missiles. Okay. Read this again. This is Obadiah 1 verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus says Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor, which is rumor, a report from the Lord. An ambassador is sent. Okay, a messenger is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. All right. So these nuclear missiles, okay, are the Heavenly Father's weapon of his indignation. Okay, these missiles wasn't just created just for them to have it. These missiles are going to be used. Okay, and they're going to be mainly target here. Okay, to destroy America. All right, so I got this pulled up, right? Matter of fact, let's go to ICBM. Let's go to ICBM meaning. Okay, ICBM stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. It's a long-range guided weapon system designed to travel more than 5,500 kilometers, 3,400 miles, primarily built to deliver nuclear warheads across continents. Okay, and this is why it's called intercontinental. Okay, able to hit different continents here on Earth. All right, so when people think, when you tell them nuclear missiles are going to hit this place, they're thinking that there's no such thing as a missile able to reach that far. No. Okay, the Heavenly Father has put the Spirit on them to give them this knowledge and understanding to build these missiles. Okay, and that's why it says it has a long range guided weapon system. Okay, and the Heavenly Father is going to be in those missiles. Okay, it's going to hit his intended target. Okay, so there are missiles that can hit this place, and this is what not people not understanding. All right, so let's get Jeremiah 50 and 25. It says we'll start at 23. This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Okay, when you think of a hammer, you think of an instrument of force. Okay, when you pound something. Okay, this is how Babylon is with these other nations. Okay, they're the hammer of the earth. Okay, they hammer away with their military strength, their policies, their deceptions, their continual oppression. Okay, you don't do something they like, they can cut you off. Okay, by their sword. Okay, they're the hammer of the whole earth. This is how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder. Okay, cut asunder means to separate. Okay, apart. Right, to cut down. All right. It says, and broken. How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Okay. And that snare has been laid, okay, for Babylon to be built up, okay, and then built up in so much pride. That was all a snare. Okay, them going over there and starting that war with Iran, that was a snare. It says, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Okay, everything that this devil does is against Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, it says, Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Okay, and those are those missiles. Okay, so that's how the hammer of the earth is cut asunder and broken. Okay, by that judgment of these nuclear missiles and Yahweh Bashiyan Shai and those angels. Okay, the Heavenly Father breaking that scepter. Okay, taking away that dominion. All right, so it says, verse 25 again. It says, Yahweh have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Okay, so this is the work of the Heavenly Father. Okay, all these missile testing and all this is the work of the Heavenly Father. All right, the Heavenly Father ruleth in the kingdom of man. Okay, he stir up the minds of these kings. Okay, to prepare these missiles, to test them. Okay, because all of this is just the weapons of his indignation. All right, so it says, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Right, because once these missiles hit, that's it. There's no more America. Okay, that's it. No more throne means no more rulership. It says, slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Verse 29 is the point. It says, call together the archers against Babylon. Okay, those archers are the missiles. All ye that bend the bow. Okay, all the nations that have nuclear capabilities, and it's going to go into Russia allies, all his bands, their bands, and then it's going to go into America's allies. Okay, they shall hate the whore. So it says, all ye that bend the bow. Okay, those missiles, camp it around about. Let none therefore escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her, for she has been proud against Yahweh Bashiyan Shai, against the Holy One of Israel. All right, so this is judgment on Babylon. Okay, and this is what we're seeing. Okay, because Ezekiel 38, it tells you, let's get that real quick. This is Ezekiel 38 verse 1. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, okay, the land of Magog, and that's talking about Russia, okay, because Russia is going to be the one that's going to pretty much going to jump it off with these missiles. It says, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesied against him, and say, thus says Yahweh power, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Okay, going into, it's going to put the spirit, that fighting spirit, back into Russia. Okay, back in the USSR days. Okay, gonna put that fighting spirit back in them, right? And I will bring thee forth in all thy army and horsemen. Okay, going into their military weapons. All of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. You got Persia. The Persia would be the Iranians. Okay, it would be Elamites. Ethiopia, the Cushites, Cush, and Libya. With them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, and those would be the land over there in Turkey. Okay, it says, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. Okay, so be prepared. Okay, going into make preparations. Okay, organize yourself and all the armies that is joined unto you. All right, and it says, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, and this is what Russia is, a guard unto all the allies. Okay, this is why you see a lot of talks with Russia supplying them with intelligence of American bases, stuff like that, give them missiles. You even got China and all this other stuff, because Russia is a guard, okay, to the allies. All right, to supply them, okay, to watch over them. Okay, that's what it means to be a guard unto them. All right, so this is where we at, man. The prophecy. Okay, we're seeing everything being everything's being clear, in the details, okay, are being much made clearer. All right, so I'm gonna get this. Let's get I'm gonna read verse Revelation 18:5. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Okay, and this is talking about Babylon the Great. Okay, all her wickedness, the Heavenly Father have remembered, okay, all her iniquities. And now it's time to Babylon to be judged. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled with, to her double. It says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and will see no sorrow. Right. So this is why in that article was saying, Americans, they're going to see what it feels like, okay, to have a missile be shot. Okay. And that's just the pride of America. They don't think that these things can happen. Okay, they just think just because they're surrounded by large bodies of water that missiles can't get here. Nah, these missiles are set up to come here. Okay, that's prophecy. So it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, B'Hashem Yashai, who judgeth her. Okay, so she's going to be judged. Okay, and it's going to be judged by the blood and destruction, okay, by violence, right? Jump down. So I'm going to finish it off with this precept. It says, where is it at? Right. This is Revelations 18 and 21. And it says, a mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus, with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and should be found no more at all. Okay. And that great millstones are representing those missiles. Okay, when you drop a millstone on something, okay, it's not coming back up. All right, so that symbolized Babylon wants to get when these missiles come, there's no more coming back after that. All right, so that's with violence, okay, because that's the way America is going to be in, which is Esau kingdom is going to be taken out with violence. Okay, and it says it shall be found no more at all, because that's going to be it of that. All right, so that's all I got through the spirit. I hope this video was edifying, and I want to say shalom.